Most players step into crazy coin flip, thinking it's all about that final flip. They see the giant coin, they see the multipliers, and they think that's where the game begins and ends. But that's the mistake. Today, we bring you some strategies to keep that winning flip. Qualification is the gatekeeper. You have to earn your seat at the coin flip table, and evolution designed it that way on purpose. It's not free. You don't get to flip just because you showed up. You've got to fight your way in, and that fight is where most players sink, because they come in hot, betting heavy, thinking they'll breeze into the bonus. And then spin after spin goes by, no qualification, bankroll dropping, and by the time they finally make it in, they've already lost so much that the final flip can't even cover the hole. That's the brutal truth. Winning at crazy coin flip isn't about luck on the final toss. It's about survival in the qualification. Think about how the structure works. You've got the main game, and in that main game, you need to land 3 scatter symbols to qualify for the bonus round. Sounds simple, right? 3 symbols, that's it. But the hit rate isn't constant, it isn't generous, and it isn't designed to make it easy. The math leans house, always. That means you can go 10 spins, 20 spins, even more without hitting qualification. And if you're betting recklessly, every one of those spins eats deeper into your bankroll. By the time the coin shows up, you're already buried. That's why qualifying smart isn't just advice, it's the only way to play. The first mistake people make is betting too big in the entry phase. They think, if I bet high, the reward at the flip will be bigger. And technically, they're right. But they're also ignoring the cost of chasing, because the longer it takes you to qualify, the more those big bets drain your balance. It's like sprinting at the start of a marathon. You look strong for the first 100 meters, but by the halfway mark, you've got nothing left. Smart qualification is about pacing, smaller, controlled bets that let you survive the wait. Because crazy coin flip is a waiting game, you're waiting for those 3 scatters to line up, and until they do, your only job is survival. Some players try the opposite. They bet the absolute minimum, crawling their way to qualification. That keeps the bankroll alive, but it also means that when you finally make it in, the reward feels small, almost meaningless. That's where balance comes in. Smart qualification isn't all in aggression or rock-bottom caution. It's finding that middle ground where your bets are strong enough to matter, but small enough to let you endure the droughts. Because there will be droughts. That's not bad luck, that's the design. The game is built to stretch you thin before it hands you the chance at glory. And then there's the psychology. Every time you land 2 scatters, your heart jumps. You think the third is coming. You're locked in, staring at the reels, convinced it's about to hit. And when it doesn't, you feel cheated. That near-miss effect is powerful. It convinces you to keep spinning, to keep risking, because it feels like you're close. But close doesn't count. The wheel doesn't remember. The reels don't know. Each spin is fresh, independent, and unconnected to the last. That's where smart players separate themselves. They know the near-miss is just noise. They don't chase it emotionally. They pace themselves. They keep their bets consistent. They don't let the illusion of almost drag them into doubling down. The truth about crazy coin flip is this. The qualification phase is the grind. The flip is the gamble. And if you don't survive the grind, the gamble doesn't matter. That's why bankroll management is everything. Decide before you sit down how much you're willing to risk chasing qualification. Split it. If you've got 100, maybe use half for qualifying, half for after. Don't blow it all trying to chase your way in, because once you qualify, you still need fuel for the next stage. And if you show up broke, what's the point? The smartest players treat qualification like buying a ticket. You're paying to get in, but you never pay so much that the show isn't worth it anymore. Now, let's talk about the multiplier phase. Once you qualify, you've got the chance to boost multipliers before the flip. This is another trap. People dump everything here, thinking if they load the multipliers, they'll score huge. But that's another layer of risk. You're already in, you've already paid to play, and now the game tempts you to go even deeper. This is where banking strategy matters. Don't blow everything boosting. Set a cap, because multipliers can hit, but they can also flop. If the flip lands on the wrong side, all that boosting goes to waste. Smart qualification means saving for the flip, not blowing it all before the coin even lands. And then comes the moment the flip itself. Red or blue. That's it. All the waiting, all the spinning, all the bankroll strategy, it all comes down to this. One side wins, one side loses. You've got no control anymore, and that's the beauty and the pain of it. If you qualify smart, if you manage your entry well, you can actually enjoy that moment. Because win or lose, you didn't bleed yourself dry just to get there. You bought the ticket without burning your wallet, and that's the entire point. Smart qualification isn't about guaranteeing profit. It's about making sure that when the coin finally flips, you're in the best position to turn it into something real. Crazy Coin Flip is designed to test your patience. It's a psychological gauntlet dressed up as a game. The entry phase is slow. The multipliers are tempting. The flip is final. And in between, you're battling greed, tilt, hope, and discipline. Most players lose not because the coin betrayed them, but because they lost the battle before the coin ever hit the air. They overbet qualification, they chased scatters, they burned bankroll boosting, and by the time the coin dropped, the damage was already done. Smart players know better. They don't fight the math, they don't fight the design, they adapt, they pace, they survive. So, how do you qualify smart? By respecting the grind, by betting small enough to last, but strong enough to matter, by ignoring near misses, by setting bankroll limits before you start, by banking wins along the way, by refusing to let the game bait you into overextending. Qualification isn't glamorous, but it's where the battle is won or lost. And if you can win that battle, the flip itself becomes the bonus it was always meant to be, not the desperate hope of recovering what you've already lost. That's the real secret. Crazy Coin Flip isn't just a coin toss, it's a discipline test. It's a mirror that shows you how well you can handle pressure, patience, and temptation. Most players fail. A few players survive. And survival, not fantasy, is how you win. Because here's the truth. Anyone can qualify recklessly. Anyone can spin fast, overbet, and eventually land the scatters. But that's not skill. That's not control. That's not smart play. That's like buying a winning lottery ticket after losing 100 others. It's hollow. It doesn't last. The smart qualification is about balance. It's about saying no when your emotions scream yes. It's about saving chips when your greed wants you to fire them all. It's about treating the flip as a reward, not as salvation. If you're desperate by the time you reach the coin, you've already lost. But if you're disciplined, then no matter which side it lands, you walk away intact. And think about how rare that is. Most players don't walk away intact. They walk away empty. They sit back thinking about the what-ifs, blaming the coin, blaming the game, when really the damage was done in qualification. That's where the trap is set, and that's where you've got to be sharper than everyone else. Smart qualification means you're not just playing, you're surviving, you're outlasting, you're using the system against itself. And that's where the real edge lives, not in the flip, but in the patience that gets you there. So, when you sit down at Crazy Coin Flip, remember this. Your enemy isn't red or blue. Your enemy isn't the multiplier. Your enemy is time, tilt, and temptation. If you can beat those, the coin becomes just another moment of excitement, not the judge of your bankroll. And that's how you qualify smart. That's how you bank wins. That's how you turn a game designed to drain you into a challenge you can actually walk away from proud. And if you're still here, listening right now, then you're different from the rest. You're not here for hype. You're not here for fake promises. You're here for the truth. You're here because you know survival takes more than luck. It takes discipline, strategy, and a mindset stronger than the game itself. And that's what I bring you every time. So if you want more deep dives like this, if you want to keep learning how to outlast the traps, how to play smarter, how to stay in control when everyone else is losing their head, then hit that subscribe button right now. Because this isn't the end, it's only the beginning. The next guide is coming, and it's going to take you even deeper into the games everyone thinks they understand, but almost nobody really does. And you don't want to miss it.